guys, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a Greek-style mac and cheese that I make with spinach and feta and mozzarella. It's going to be creamy, delicious, and just everything you want from a mac and cheese. Now I have orecchiette pasta cooking in here in my pot. It's going to take about 10 minutes for it to completely cook. It's already cooked for 5 minutes. So you can use any pasta that you have. Orecchiette is just an Italian pasta that I've come to know means little ears, so because it's like ear-shaped pasta. You can use shells, you can use elbows, penne, whatever you have, just use that. It's a pound. We're making a big batch. I have some olive oil. I have some whole garlic cloves, 3 of them, all-purpose flour, feta cheese, shredded mozzarella, a pound of frozen spinach, whole milk. Did I say olive oil already? I think I already did. We need some dried dill, crushed red pepper flakes, nutmeg, salt, and white pepper. I like to use white pepper in this so that way it doesn't, so the cream pretty much stays white and it does not, there's not too many colors in it, if that makes any sense. But if you don't have white pepper, go ahead and either leave it out or just use black pepper. So I'm going to put olive oil in my pot right here, and I'm going to use my microplane to grate 3 cloves of garlic. Minces them really easily and cuts all the work that needs to be done with a knife. It just really makes your life very easy. And as soon as the garlic hits the oil, oh my God, that smell is just... So when garlic is minced, it doesn't need a long time to cook in here because then it can get burned. So as soon as you can smell it and it starts to bubble up, you're going to add your flour. And what we're doing is we're creating what's known as a roux, which is basically like a thickening agent for cream sauces. And we're going to cook this over medium heat until it gets nice and toasty. It'll take about a minute or so, or maybe 2 minutes, and we'll get that raw flour taste out of there. My pasta looks like it's almost ready. We're cooking it until it's al dente, and I'm going to take some of the water out to use to thin my sauce if I'm going to need some. While my flour is cooking, I'm just going to strain the pasta out. Perfect. Once that's done, you want to add your milk. And we're going to cook that until it begins to thicken. I'll also add 2 teaspoons of dill, classic Greek flavors, a little bit of white pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. If you have fresh nutmeg, you can grate it in there. A little bit of salt. And if you want a little kick of heat, some crushed red pepper flakes. I'm going to increase the heat to high. And at this point, you don't want to move away from the pot so that way it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. Keep stirring it until it begins to thicken. So once it coats the back of a spoon, and what that means is when you draw a line down, the sauce doesn't come back together. That's how you know. You'll also feel that it's become thicker. That's how you know it's done, it's ready. You don't want it to get too thick because once you add the pasta in it and everything else, it's going to cook a little more and thicken further. At this point, I'm going to add my spinach. And I'll switch to a spoon. Let me taste it and see if it needs some more seasoning. And sure enough, it does need a little bit of salt. See how it's thickened so much? We're going to thin it out with a little bit of water once we add the pasta to this. You just want the spinach to sort of cook through and defrost and thaw out completely. Then you want to take your pasta, and while it's nice and warm, put it right in here. And then I'll add about a cup of water. You can add milk if you like, but I don't want it to be, I want it to be a little bit lighter, so I'm going to use water to thin it out rather than milk. But if you want it to be extra creamy, go ahead and add milk instead of water. And then mozzarella. I'd say about 2 cups of mozzarella should be good. And finally, the feta cheese. Look at that. Just like that. I think this barely took 30 minutes from start to finish. You can totally cook the pasta first in the same pot so that way you don't have two pots to clean. I just did it in two pots for demonstration purposes. I'm going to put this in my bowl. Look at that. Look how cheesy and how creamy. A little bit more feta. And that's it. This is ready to be eaten. Now, kids love this. Honestly, I haven't served this ever to anyone who did not really, truly enjoy this thoroughly. So good, so delicious. I love the briny taste of the feta in this. So www.dimitrasdishes.com is where you can get this recipe and more with exact measurements. You could always find the direct link in the description box down below. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you want to learn how to make next. If you made this, did you like it? What did you think of it? Did you make any changes? Thanks for spending time with me today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.